Hi everyone, welcome to another video. So, Ultra League has finally arrived and I am so excited. I'm equally excited in Ultra Premier and Ultra Open because there's a lot of Pokemon I want to use in both leagues. Today I am bringing a team that worked really well for me for the first day in Ultra Premier and it consists Obama Snow, Blaziken, and Drifblim. Drifblim as a safe swap is incredible in this meta because there's a lot of Venusaur, there's a lot of Gallade, and people tend to run them as a safe swap. And Drifblim really hard covers those type of Pokemon. And obviously, when I lead with Obama Snow, I'm really fighting. I'm really to fire. For example, Charizard. So I have another fire type in the back and another fighter in the back. It is not the most balanced team, as I mentioned before. The very strong weakness to this team is a Charizard lead, and it's very hard to recover. But for my first day, I only designed this team as an experiment. But on my first day, I had 21 wins and 4 losses for the first day. So I thought I'm just going to bring out the content and maybe it'll work in the following days, maybe it will not. But if a team wins 20 games, 21 games, certainly I have done something right. Intentionally, I don't really know, but if you haven't used Obama Snow, if you haven't used Drifblim, I highly recommend you to try this one. I'm also running Brave Bird on my Blaziken for the coverage, and it's nice to have a nuke. I have landed a lot of Brave Bird in this video. On a Swampert or a Dragonite, they are not expecting it, so let's get into the battles. So with Cedric 809, okay, Snorlax. It's a pretty bad matchup because Obama Snow is not very tanky, and that is a shadow Snorlax. Sorry, it's a very long day. Obviously, you have to be worried about the superpower, but I'm just gonna spam this weather ball like no tomorrow. My opponent is not throwing any moves, so I'm assuming they are going for double superpower. I switch into Drifblim because I want to catch the charge move, but it didn't happen. But we draw off the fighter. No, we draw off the charmer. So Blaziken in the back can run really free without the charmer in the way, right? And because we are a little bit ahead on energy and we land the Shadow Ball, we can actually shield this one. Oh, okay. I decided to now shield this one and come back with Obama Snow and get more energy. And I know that I'm going to get hit by a superpower, so I shield this one, and I did a really quick swap into Blaziken to catch the second debuffed superpower, so I don't have a shield, and I can farm this down completely, which is beautiful. They have another charmer in the back, but I'm gonna dump this Brave Bird just to get a shield. My Snow is very healthy, and I'm ahead on energy. So this weather ball will get another shield, and now we're at even energy, and they get to a whatever move this is. I have to shield this one, but I know I can get another weather ball, and I know I think this will almost KO. But Powder Snow in the back will finish beautifully. So we came back from a negative lead with Drifblim on a safe swap. So Swampert, it's a pretty good lead for us. They switched right away, so I made a mistake. I went into my Blaziken, but I do have to shield the drill run. What I should have done is to go into my Drifblim so I don't have to shield anything. But now we can see that how I can turn this around. They have to respect the Blaze Kick. This will KO for sure. They're also a little bit ahead on energy, so they get to the second charge move before I do. So I know that I have to throw this one if I want to win switch. I think okay, they let this one go. Was in the back. Okay, So I am going for the Brave Bird because I know that they want to farm me all the way. So I'm gonna punish them if they don't shield, and they don't. Look at how much damage it does. So I came in with Drifblim because I know that they're going to sludge wave my Obama Snow. So I just want them to dump energy on Drifblim. Alolan Mark, pretty bad, but because I'm ahead on energy, and I'm just throwing this Icy Wind like no tomorrow and debuff as much as I can, to a point that my Obama Snow can actually leave one sludge wave, which is really crucial. And after 2 debuff, I know that I can leave a sludge wave, and that is so important. Look at that. And I'm ahead on energy, so this one Weather Ball we will get the last shield. And I'm pretty sure I get to another one before they do, because they just got to their 4th Snarl. So Obama Snow just cleaned up nicely, and Drifblim, because of the Icy Wind, even with a losing matchup, it does enough damage for my following Pokemon. Okay, D-Knight, bestly possible, right? So be aware of course, Galay swapping. So this is where Drifblim come in handy. I went for the Shadow Ball, which is actually a mistake, because if they shield this one, which they do, they can confusion me down. The fast move from Galay doesn't do much, but confusion does. So what I needed to do was actually throw the Icy Wind, so the confusion does less damage. Because at the moment they actually completely confusion me down, which is really bad. But now I can come in with Obama Snow. Let's try to salvage this set any way we can. Coming Obama Snow and Powder Snow down, so we have a lot of energy for whatever's in the back, and it's Empoleon. Okay, Empoleon, pretty bad for this team as well, because I do have a fighter, but my fighter is also a fire type, so Waterfall does so much. So my only win condition right now is to get rid of this Empoleon, farm down the Empoleon with Blaziken, and Brave Bird the D-Knight. And I don't think my opponent lets me do that. They switch out right away. And no, Empoleon has a little energy, but I have to Brave Bird the Dragon Knight, and there's no way I get a 2 Brave Bird. In hindsight, I could have farmed a little bit more, so maybe Waterfall does less damage, but it was a pretty uphill battle. Definitely could have overfarmed a little bit on the Blaziken. Alright, so Surfetch. Again, I'm just going straight for the Brave Bird. And I think my opponent shielded this one, which is really smart for them. But because now that they know that I have Brave Bird, they won't farm as much energy, which is also really nice for me. I want to get a shield mostly because Drifblim in the back can handle Surfetch pretty well without a shield, so I'm going to respect the Sludge Wave. I got baited, but that's fine. I'm just gonna Weather Ball. Weather Ball is neutral and it does enough. And they switch lock their Surfetch, so Surfetch can land Brave Bird and Night Slash, so it's still pretty shaky, but because they throw Leaf Blade, I know they don't have Night Slash because they're the same energy. So now I need to overfarm a little bit, and I am going to Icy Wind this Surfetch, and it just KO and hacks down beautifully. And I haven't moved for the Swampert. This will not KO, I believe, but I will put it low enough for Obama Snow to farm later. I do not show this one. Hydro Cannon does not KO, and they switch into the very bad Obstacle. So I know that I have to spam these Weather Ball like no tomorrow. So first one registered. The second one will get it pretty low. I know that I have to keep my shield for the Swampert in the back. And because we debuffed the Obstagoon, I can actually survive out the counter and cross chop. So now that I farm it down, and I get to the weather ball before they do, and this will kill the Swampert. So we come back from a fighter lead, actually double fighter because they have an Obstagoon in the back as well. She napped 3-4-9. So Gallade pretty bad. You have to count confusion, so 3 confusion in, and I know this is the Leaf Blade. Now Leaf Blade is double resisted, so I know that there's a chance I'm going to get a shield from this one, and I do, and I get to a second weather ball before they do. So now I'm thinking, if the double shield, I'm going to let my Obama's go down. I'm perfectly fine with the 2-0 shield advantage and coming with Drifblim and start farming. My opponent did a really good job at swapping into Snorlax, but I know I have a fighter. I know I cannot shield this one because whatever health I have left, Gallade will come back and farm energy. So I want to have as minimal energy possible for the Gallade matchup. And I farm out just perfectly with one move to threaten. Actually, they have a kiss in the back. And I know that they're almost at the IC win range. I'm just going to throw this right away because Charm does enough damage. And I am not shooting anything from Gallade. Once again, the charge move from Gallade doesn't do much, but confusion really chunks. I'm going to farm down completely and have an IC win for the Togekiss. Sorry, it's been a long day, and I also streamed today, so at the moment my speech is a little bit, it's worse than normal. So I'm really sorry for you guys. Next matchup, okay, Toxicroak, also very bad. So once again, with fighter lead, I swap into Blaziken right away, and because we're ahead of energy, we actually might be able to win this one. Might be, potentially. Now I know that this Empoleon is loaded. I have to now shield this one. I want to Powder Snow down, but I know that they're going to get to another one right away. I need to have more health. And let's switch into Drifblim right away. I'm praying there's a Venusaur in the back. I am not shooting anything from Toxicroak. Everything is resisted. And they have a Tangrowth in the back. So I'm thinking, I have a win condition. I'm gonna lose this matchup. Come back with Obama Snow and spam Weather Ball on a Toxicroak. And I know that I shoot the first Rock Slide. I know that I can live a Rock Slide after 2 debuff. Okay, I just shoot it again. Huh. Okay, so I believe what I'm doing right now is, yep. So I store the move. I store the move on the Drifblim. And because they actually undercharge that, which is really smart for them, because they want Toxicroak to farm more energy from my Obama Snow. But because I store enough energy on Drifblim, I have the Shadow Ball ready. And they have to throw Sludge Bomb, and Sludge Bomb won't KO from that range. And I got a shiny Growlithe as my, that was a 5-0. I cut off 2 games that my opponent rage quit because I feel like they gave up a little bit too fast, and you won't learn too much from a 30 seconds game. I had 3 5-0 yesterday, and I feel like that shiny Growlithe was such a icing on the cake. It's so beautifully. So I hope you guys, no, we have more matches to come. It's been a long day. I'm really sorry. Okay, Steelix. For a moment, I thought I clicked the wrong one. I got into the Open Ultra. I know that it can have Heavy Slam, so I think I should the first one because Heavy Slam will kill. But because they throw Crunch, and Steelix is a steel and ground type, so both Energy Ball and Weather Ball is neutral. So I know that I can survive this crunch and just have more energy and win this matchup because Steelix attack is very low. And we have energy for the Gallade. I'm just gonna spam this Weather Ball and let my Obama Snow go down from here. We almost got another one, which is fine. As I said, we are not afraid of any energy on Gallade because charge doesn't do anything. So I'm gonna throw this Icy Wind. So their Confusion does less damage, and they switch into Alola Mug, and we have Blaziken for this. Blaziken can tank a Sludge Wave pretty comfortably, so I'm not shooting anything. I'm not shooting the first one. If it's a Dark Pulse, even better. If it's a Sludge Wave, we still have enough health to counter this thing down. And that's kind of perfect because I have minimal energy for the Gallade to farm. Because I know the Gallade is going to come back and farm my energy from me. And this Gallade is so low, I can actually hex down. Leaf Blade is resisted, Close Combat is resisted, and my opponent basically just didn't surrender because they didn't do any move in the end. So, Cascade, his names are okay. Togekiss, very goodly, and they swap right away into Machamp. You have to respect the rock slide. You have to respect that. But I know that first of all, it's a regular Machamp, not a shadow one. So I know that after this debuff, the rock slide won't do as much. So I'm not shooting this one. I want to have 2 Icy Winds so I can throw. Okay, I actually throw right away because I don't need to get more energy. Okay, I have a little bit farm, so I can get to another Icy Wind for the Kiss, I believe. Okay, Kiss comes back, so this Icy Wind will do quite a bit, and it will debuff it. It does like 45%. And they switch into their Tangrowth. Blaziken, because of the fire fighting type, it can also tank rocks like it's only neutral. And I'm just gonna spam these Blaze Cake as soon as possible. This team is very fast. It's a little bit glassy, but it's very, very fast. I believe I let this one go down because my Obama Snow is very healthy. I know I can get to this Icy Wind. I know Togekiss has no energy, so I can just shoot this one. I'm gonna overfarm just a little bit. Oh, I actually didn't. It was CMP. I undercharge a little bit, so I can farm a little bit more. And this Weather Ball will KO. And Tangrowth is so low, I can actually Powder Snow down. So that was a really good game. Once again, we come back from a bad lead, from a Gallade lead. Okay, Mars Dark 86, I believe. Okay, Obstagoon is one of the worst thing I can see, because it's one of the fighter that Drifblim cannot really tank. So I'm going to sack my Obama Snow and just tank, just spam as much as I can with the Weather Ball. Thankfully, because it's not a fighting type and fighting move doesn't get stabbed, so I can live. I chip away quite a lot, and I can come back with Blaziken and farm a lot of energy. They swap into Gengar right away, and that is so bad. That is so bad. I was a little bit slow on the swap. I know that Icy Wind actually outpaced Shadow Punch, but because I was slow about 2 Shadow Punch, Shadow Claw, so there's no way I can outpace the thing. But my plan is, if I can hex down this Icy Wind, will get a shield because Obstacle Wind is really low, and we get a shield. And I don't think we survive this Night Slash. And I have energy on Blaziken, and Blaziken can tank a move from Venusaur no problem, but Blitz Kick doesn't do enough, and counter is resisted. So, and they still have 1 shield, and we won't be able to get to a 3rd one. Pretty much that's a GG for me, unless I can farm down this Venusaur and throw a move, but that's what it is. That was Obstacle is very hardly and also Scrafty. So those are the fight I'm trying to figure out. Okay, Magnezone. This is very much like Premier Cup. Mamoswine with Magnezone. Obviously, Mirror Shot is super effective, but Mirror Shot is a horrible move. So even when it's actually double super effective, it doesn't do that much. It does like a 1/3 of my health. And this Weather Ball is such a better move, and it outpaces Magnezone. And it chunks away, it really chunks away because it's single resisted. So I know that at the point that I can win this one if they let this one go down, which they did, and the Powder Snow down, I have more energy and we won the lead. And I have very minimal health for Galay to farm, and we have this Weather Ball. Obama Snow lead obviously has this problem with Charge or with Fighter, but with other Pokemon, it's such a good lead. I'm gonna farm as much as I can with Scalade. I'm not shooting any charge move. They did a really good job close combat. And even when I'm under charge, and they have a Venusaur in the back. So I know this is pretty much GG. And my opponent decided to surrender as well. So I believe this is the last game, and I gained about 220 points the first day in Ultra League with this team. Obviously, I was very lucky with a lot of Venusaur, with a lot of Galade. We haven't seen a lot of Charizard, which is a problem for this team. We haven't seen a lot of Empoleon, which is a problem for this team. But I just want to showcase this video as soon as possible, so you can start. If you haven't used Obama Snow before, if you haven't used Blaziken before, I will highly recommend you to put them into your roster, to experiment and try a couple of things, and to better round up your team for different situations. And if you like this video, comment, like, and subscribe. And good luck in the battles, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.